if you are diligent about holding your staff accountable through these systems, you will get 10 times more done in your practices with less stress, less chaos. You'll be more profitable. So the secret to all of this stuff, the secret to creating this practice of our dreams really is systemization. And we've barely scratched the surface on the systems that I think should be installed into your offices. Now we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty and how you actually get your staff on board with that. Okay? So that's what we're going to start and talk about today. It's one of my favorite quotes here. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress, and working together is success. That's from this little-known guy named Henry Ford. All right, one of the number one misconceptions of small business. That is that technical skill is the main predictor of business success. Now, isn't that true? Like in dental school, I think we can all agree that the attitude of the instructors was that if you work on your clinical skills and you get fantastic at your clinical abilities and you continue to refine your clinical abilities throughout your life, the business will just take care of itself. And you guys have heard me say this over and over again. The traditional approach is, clinically speaking, work on that, and then the business stuff will take care of itself because the world will hear about you from your patients, and you don't have to worry about the business stuff. You don't have to be a good business person if you're a great clinician, and it's just not true. It might have been true in the past when there was one dentist per every 50,000 people, but that's just not the case anymore with the amount of competition that we have in the world nowadays. Our population is growing, but our population of dentists is growing faster than that. We are turning out 5,000 new dentists into the world every year. More coming because there's 3 more dental schools opening up. So the traditional-minded idea that you have to be a good clinician only be a good clinician in order to be successful in your dental business it's just a fallacy now. So we talk about this term called the dentalpreneur. The dentalpreneur basically, I won't say I invented it, I'm sure other people have used it, but it is taking that dentist and the entrepreneur and melding them together. The dentist is the clinician in all of us. That's what we spent all of those years developing, is our clinical skills. And the main focus in our profession, that we only focus on clinical skills, that's the dental part of that word. The entrepreneur is the person that has mastered business and systems and looks at profitability. Okay? We were talking yesterday about my history as a Roach Coach driver, and it's kind of a good parallel because I wasn't the cook in the back. I had a cook named Mercedes, and I would drive around from construction site to construction site, and she'd be cooking, like trying to flip hamburgers as I drove around. When we had Roach Coaches, they actually cooked while you were driving. It was cool. So we had a full kitchen in the back. She was the chef of the organization. People liked her food, so I kept her employed. I was not the person cooking the food. The challenge that we have is we are the cooks in the kitchen, and we're the driver of the Roach Coach at the same time, okay? There is a huge, huge challenge to that, okay? We have this hat that we wear where we have to be this great clinician, 100% focused on our patients, and at the same time we have to trust our staff to be running everything else perfectly. And if we do that without setting them up correctly, they are destined to fail, and you are destined to fail, and it's nobody's fault but yours. It's not their fault if you didn't set them up correctly. The default that we always do is we try to find the best staff people, which is very, very important. But if we are relying on their skill, then we are held hostage by the staff. Is that not true? Like, you have your best staff person and you feel in your gut, if you lose them, the world is going to end. I don't know if that's true for all of you guys, but I've been in that position where I've had 2 key people holding the whole thing together with duct tape and Band-Aids, you know? And you are just one pregnancy or death or job transfer or whim of their husband, wife, or whatever from them leaving and you holding the bag and not knowing how to do anything that they knew how to do. So the reliance on our absolutely skilled employees, the people that only know how to run your practice, those are the only people that know how to run it, they're holding you hostage. What you have to do is systematize the practice so that you could put in somebody that has zero technical skill and your systems are good enough that they can be that superstar. The systems support the practice, not your all-stars. Now, if you have all-stars plugged into excellent systems, then you have an elite dental practice. The two together is the formula. But the practice itself should run with average people that are a culture fit and a personality fit with the rest of your team to run your practice while you are focused on teeth. Because you should have peace of mind to know that your team and your systems are running that practice while your head is down, or that your associate and your team is running the practice perfectly while you're in Maui for 2 weeks.